again. I'm hiding in my room. The peaceful times of a May as bright. So you can fly, you never tried. You told me long ago, but you left the world outside again. So more than ever it's real. It was like a nightmare, it's painful for me, 'cause nobody want to die too fast. Remember day was green and it's strange for me. I could see your face, I could hear your voice. Remember day we met and it's painful for me, 'cause nobody wants to die too fast. Remember day was green and it's painful for me. I could see your face, I could hear your voice. It was like a nightmare and it's painful for me, 'cause nobody wants to die too fast. Remember day was green, now it's changed for me. I can see your face, I can hear your voice. Remember day we met and it's painful for me, 'cause nobody wants to die too fast. Remember day was green and it's painful for me. I can see your face, I can hear your voice. She lost a bride a month ago. His picture on the wall, and it reminds me when she brings me coffee a smile. I wish I could be with her till my last day. She said she gave all her love to me. We dream a new life, some praise to be at peace. But things changed suddenly. I lost my dreams in this disaster. I'm crying, wishing my lover. I don't have that power on my side forever.
My microphone was muted for all that, so I'll give another introduction. Good afternoon. Welcome to Afternoons with Parney. This is the dev stream. We're going to play some games, answer some questions. Classic dev stream stuff. Let me take a second to adjust these banners behind me. Looks like the bunny needs to go a little bit this way and they need to come slightly closer. So I'm going to do that real quick before we play some games. You know, there's a little bit of a peak in the middle, but not a big deal. Okay. Hopefully the audio is not too low or too high. If you'd like the music to be different, please let me know and I'll adjust the audio. It's hard to gauge when I can't listen to it. We can also just skip the songs with words. I got a lot of instrumentals in this playlist, so maybe let's skip the next two. We'll go here. Okay. Well, we got a couple fun captains here. I haven't played too much with Nathan Drake, so let's try that. Treasures you discover from quests give an additional +2/+2. Let's see what our deck looks like here. definitely Lancelot, Toto, Miseria. Do Sarmina there. I fixed this artwork today. That'll be in the next patch. Sorry about the double hat there. The double wings actually don't even look like they're broken. Like, she could totally have double wings, but it's not. It's supposed to look like that. All right. Let's just go with something simple here. Also fixed this artwork as well. If we had Butcher, I would egg on turn 1, but we don't, so let's go Toto. Get some Dragonling. Take some damage. Oh, I might actually, hold on. I'm gonna take some stats during this game, so we're gonna do some numbers here. We're gonna look at the strength of our opponent's boards that we are following here. Okay, so that's 2 points there. All right, Dragonling, Puck, all pretty decent. We'll go Puck here. Silver Dragonling. Yeah, I'll just take silvers at this point. Stepsisters isn't bad with Puck. We could do that. All right, turn 2. All right, is that a quest? That is a quest, right? Something that we should note here is that actually potional treasure finding is pretty good here. One thing we should note here is that there's no way for me to know on this screen if this is from Drake or not, if it's a quest treasure or not. It's probably not the end of the world. Like, you can still see that these are +2 here. It's funny because I'm gonna take a treasure that doesn't get the buff from Nathan Drake, which is kind of funny. But I think I won't push no treasure finding there. Ember here. We'll go Dragonling. Support's not bad. Sure. Move this to here. We actually don't even need the Stepsisters anymore, but that's going to get that quest, which will be our second quest that we go off here. It's actually a decent setup. Okay, turn 3 there. Your characters are +7, +2. That's not bad. Tink's Torches also isn't too bad. But we're early enough where we could make it work, but it's just going to be so hard to get any of our supporters to actually hit this. I think it's probably too hard to pull that off. We'll just go Rusty Blades. Do we have any way to transform? We could take Little Red. Which of these is easier to transform? I mean, Ahab's pretty hard to transform. Little Red, we basically don't have any transforming characters, so we'd have to try to get a transforming spell. But I do like TLK. Well, let's go for it and just sit and see. We didn't take the other one, but this is still pretty good. We can go here, and now we're looking for a TLK. We'll go pretty good. No TLKs, but Two-Headed Wizard's pretty decent. These aren't the best supports. I don't want to keep them in the long term, but with my Magic Acorn, they're still pretty good. We could probably get rid of Dragonling here. Alright, Lance a Little we can trigger right away, which is kind of nice. No TLKs. This is pretty good. That'll give us an uncommon, a buffed uncommon there. Oh, we lost that fight, so we got these two. So we got Lucky Chest and Ticking Time Top. Little Lance is pretty nice with Nathan Drake. That's a really sick combo there. All right, there's our TLK. So let's go 2 on this one, which would give us Little Reds, which would give us a buffed rare treasure and give us a turn 7 legendary. Spells 9/9 is really good, but Hunt, giving all my characters +5/5 is also very good, especially with Zarmina giving everything in front Hunt. I think we'll actually do that. And then we can get things that are better than these two. Mockingbird is funny because it gives the summoned thing Hunt, which is pretty interesting. It's not very big, but it's not going to hunt with 9. We'd have to get bigger, but that's going to buff all of these. It's not going to be able to hunt, but that is we have an interesting setup here. We're going to lose this fight, but we do have a pretty interesting setup. Actually, we tied this fight. That was pretty remarkable. This is pretty good. Ship shape. That'll go each one of here. Your pirates have hunt +12/12. That's another one. These aren't pirates, though. But that is pretty interesting. We have a good setup. We need these things to be a little bit bigger. But I like this buffed Viking Longhouse with Zarmina giving everything a hunt is pretty cool. And there's our spells anyway, which is nice. We want spells. I mean, 13/9 to a character is pretty good, but Two-Headed Wizard is also good. With Fairy Queen's Wand and Two-Headed Wizard, actually I'm just looking for an AoE spell. Pretty much anything that hits everybody is good. This is very good too, but I don't have any mages. Oh, that's kind of brutal. I'm going to do this, though, because of the animal stuff. What's up, Yuck? Welcome, everybody, from Yuckmouth Stream. I'm going to hold this for an AoE again. We could Scarecrow... we could Scarecrow to get a buffed legendary, but I don't really want to do that. We could Goldilocks as well, but we don't really have any. We do have the slot buffs here. I guess that's a good enough slot buff where we want this. That's what? 5 times. That's like 15 every turn. That goes to this. But when this attacks, give all your animals 5/5 every time every one of them attacks. I think Goldilocks is probably better than Guardian. I'm just going to pass on it. We're going to save this. Yeah, we'll do that. Alright, that's going to hunt. That's going to give everything the big buff. And the Guardian. We got some good buffs going. It's nothing exponential, but it's a nice little synergy package with the... We have a buffed Vikings Longhouse, and then we have the Little Lance, and then we have the animal stuff going, and then Zarmina gives everything hunt, which is kind of nice. Tinkerer. Tinkerer. Interesting. It's pretty good with this. It's pretty good at this. Again, we're not going exponential or anything, but it's pretty good. Double is pretty good too, but I think Tinker is better. I don't know what to replace with. Maybe we go here. We go here, something like that. I don't think I want Kraken. I fixed this art today too. Figured out this layer issue. That took me longer than I want to admit, but I figured out what was going wrong with it, so that'll be fixed in the next patch. If everybody has any questions, like I say when I normally stream, this is dev stream time, so we're open for any questions, concerns, comments, discussions. If you want to peek behind the curtain, if you want to know why we're doing certain things, what we're working on, anything like that, more than happy to answer. We're going to save this Two-Headed Wizard for like all game. We're not going to see a single AoE buff. It's kind of funny. Ooh, double over the rainbow could be fun, but no, we're not going to do that. All right, there we go. Give all of our characters +24/+20. Yeah, we'll do that. This should be enough to win the lobby, I think. We got out fast enough. This little Hunt Guardian synergy is pretty cool. Yeah. Just got nice little synergy buffs going around. I mean, we could, which the scam pieces are obviously great, but we don't really need the scam pieces, so I'll just 12-12 to the front. There, we'll go here. This is probably game, but yeah, we'll just get some treasures. It is Twin Dude. Zarmina is a Redwall reference. That was actually one of the card names that I came up with. There was very mild pushback, I'd say, at first, because some of the other people didn't know who that was. But I thought it was nice. We try to fit in some references across the game, as you probably found out. But yes, Zarmina is a pretty awesome villain from the Redwall series, for those of you who have read the Redwall books. And yes, this is the Tyrant Zarmina. I don't remember which book was she in. I don't remember which book she was in. I read all of them, or I shouldn't say all of them. There's been so many now. I read a big chunk of them, but I don't remember which one she was in. All right, we unlocked Gingerbread Witch as our reward for finishing top 3 for our victory, and we unlocked Candy Apple Tree for victory loot because our opponent had Candy Apple Tree. That's kind of cool. All right, let's go again. Oh, Romeo. Yeah, we can play with some Romeo. It's pretty fun. Oh, and we have the Butcher. Oh, yeah. We have Butcher and Romeo. Is that in like the starter deck, or did we just happen to unlock it? That's really awesome. Is it Mossflower? Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, this seems pretty cool. Let's do it. Let's get our Romeo on. We get to play Romeo and Butcher. That is super fun. Not a great start for us, but that's okay. Get that, and we'll just grab this. Try to survive, not take too much damage, which will be perfect. I'll take a tie. This is the first time you've ever heard of Redwall? Huh. That surprises me a little bit. But a tyrannical cat queen is pretty common. Yeah, I mean, it is great a book series, yes. It is very, very, lots of memories from my childhood of reading those books. Got to get Lance up a little higher. But getting Lance to trigger and then getting a TLK will be nice if we can get it up a little bit more. I don't really want to Ahab. It's actually, Ember is actually not bad here, but I just got to take the silver. Buff the shop. There you go. Scrub File's pretty good. That'll get us up to 6, and Ember gets them up to 8. Sweet. That's perfect. Look how a plan all comes together. Ooh, we're playing against Sexy Jesus. Whew. But we defeated Sexy Jesus. All right. Lance, TLK, and then we'll TLK one of the uncommons. Which one of these do we not want to see in the shop again? Pretty close. Probably Ember. But pretty close. All right, I'll take Maverick and Icewing. That'll be pretty nice. Okay, yeah, I guess I just got lucky. And I haven't seen a lot of enemy butchers, so I doubt it was from victory loot. I'll actually go Snowball here. Little Red. Little Red's actually pretty fun on Romeo because we can TLK something else and then trigger Little Red and get another TLK. So that's fun. That is true. I guess that is one sneaky disadvantage of Butcher is you don't leave it on your board after you do it. So, all right. How did we transform this? Did somebody like we didn't have any transform thing. Something on the other board transformed, I guess. Cool. Take it. Yeah, let's just get big characters. Opponent's Duckling, sure. Yeah, makes sense. And now we get to upgrade one of our other ones, so let's upgrade Little Red. Should upgrade Snowball, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll take this. This will trigger a quest as well. Ooh, I do love me some Dragon Dice. We're going to go Dragon Dice, which should trigger Maverick and Icewing, which should give us another one. This is pretty good early. This is also pretty good. I think you couldn't go wrong there. You can go either one. All right, let's go Snowball. Volo is great too. I mean, we TLK'd into some nice rares. Maverick and Icewing, Goodie Bag, Volo. Got pretty lucky there. I like all of these, but I'm going to Lost in the Woods just to try to roll, see if we can hit Butcher. We did not. Let's go one more. And we get Energizer from that, which is also super nice. We'll take Blackjack here, which will give us another one. Where do we want goodie bag? There, probably. Yeah, this is a nice little start there. That was a nice turn. Also, these are great treasures. Energizer with Lance and Dragon Dice. This is a nice little setup here. Womp womp. Those kind of stink for our rare turn. I guess I'll take the treasure, but scrolls. Let's go Star Shield. We can Toto. Butcher is a quest character, so we can Toto try to get it. Give us a nice common treasure. Now we need the treasure that's whenever you get a common, you get a. We need the strawberries, or whenever you get a common, you get an epic. That's a nice one. Fairy Dragon's not bad either. Ooh, Netherbinder? Netherbinder's really hard to trigger. But we will get a rare treasure from this. Whoo! There it is! There it is! I like that. Now we want common treasures. This we want. I mean, this is actually interesting because we want this to get hit, but we also want it up here. We want these to die as well. We'll take that. Okay. Wow, we're too strong. I should have put Blackjack in the front. I was trying to get Netherbinder triggers, but it's just not going to happen. So let's just put this up here. Take common. That puts that to 3/3. None of these are common, but we'll just take this for silver. Sure, take the silver of that. There you go. I actually like 3 bags full with trash can full of strawberries. It's a fun little synergy. Oh, I didn't even realize I had double. I didn't even see it there. We should probably. I'll make a note of that too. We should move untriggered lesser mimics should be in slot 1 of your treasure row. I guess it's not that big of a deal because now that we have the X2 on there. Before you didn't know it was going to double, but it's still kind of nice if it was there. All of these are pretty good. I think we do this for the goodie bag slot. Hit the Blackjack, buff trash can. We actually don't have any Dragon's Claws though, which is kind of funny. All right, Carving Fork's pretty good. Epic Treasure or Bahamut? Probably Epic Treasure. Oh, we could have taken Conan for the Legendary Treasure. I didn't even think about that. Probably better. I don't really want any of these. Oh, Volo's fantastic. Yeah. Volo's really good. Oh, here we go. This will be perfect. This is actually going to give us 2. It'll give us the Butcher's Cleaver, and then it'll give us a random rare treasure as well. So we'll put this here. We'll get our Butcher's Cleaver. We got 6-shooter, and now we're going to steamroll the rest of this lobby. It's not going to be close. Boom. And also, the cool thing about Volo is it gives you the silver and golds too. So like Maverick and Icewing, even though it doesn't have the quest counter anymore, still counts as having a rare quest. So just taking this silver is just going to give us a random rare treasure. All right, we'll take it. Okay, we'll do it again. Now this will give us another one. Another random one, and then also gives us a common because of Dragon's Dice, and then gives us 2 of these. So all sorts of fun stuff. Yeah, we'll take that. I guess we could take another captain. We don't really have any recruit abilities. We could try to... Maybe we just see if we can get a 2-headed wizard and do something fun with this just in the last 2 turns. Probably not, but it'd be fun. Yeah. All right, 3 bags full. We'll take that. Get 2 of these, which will buff our strawberries. So strawberries is now plus 11. So our wand, every time we cast a spell, gives us plus 13, plus 14, and all of our spells give plus 15, plus 15. Pretty strong. Even with 0 Dragon's Claws, you can still go off. This is what we were saying earlier, is this is a Butcher game, but you don't keep the Butcher on the board, so you don't actually get Butcher from Victory Loot that often. It's just kind of funny. Butcher win, easy. We actually got a ton of Victory Loot there. So our reward for winning was Uther Pendragon, and then we got Lemonhead, Pretty Patissier, Lollipop Fairy, and Sunfair Glider from our opponent's board. 4 on the opponent's board is pretty good. I did see somebody with the full 6 the other day who had all 5 from Victory Loot plus the reward, so pretty good. Plus 8 more cards. Wow, so we had 13 cards unlocked on this one game. That's pretty nice. Ooh, Butcher for Candyman. Nice. Pretty smooth. Candy Pandy. Butcher on Candyman. We're just gonna run Butcher again, right? Probably not. Yeah. I mean, maybe you could though, because the Candyman gives you that early game security, right? So it might actually work pretty well because you can just play early game stuff, survive a little bit, and not take as much damage early. We definitely want Sunflare Glider, so let's take out Keeb, put in Sunflare Glider. Do we want any of these? Chaos is okay. Leapfrog's okay. Leapfrog's kind of fun with Butcher. It's a little win more though. You'd have to try to get into it or get it before you crack the Butcher. All right. We'll go. Oh, I guess the reason never mind. This was stupid. The reason I had Keeb in there was because you get candy anyway on Candy Pandy, so taking Keeb out doesn't actually really hurt you, but I guess it's fine. Yeah, maybe so. We're gonna put some boots here. The reason I put Puss in Boots in slot 1 is because I want to try to buff this first slot for Lance a Little. What do y'all think of Lance a Little so far? Do we think Lance and Little? We are winning, Bam. We're 2 for 2, and we got Butcher in one of our first 2 games, so feels pretty fun. Where are you guys at on Lance a Little? Do you like its balance so far? Do you think it's too strong? Not strong enough? Perfectly balanced? What are we feeling? Sweet. Although it is funny that we didn't get our sweet Lance, but that's okay. What do we care about making sweet? It doesn't really matter all that much because we're probably not going to sweeten our candy very much. Probably just spell. Sweet Wand. Sweet Wand is kind of nice. We'll go Ember just to give the most stats. I don't think we're going to transform anything, but we can try. Too strong with Candy Pandy. Everything else fine? Yeah. My personal take on it, I don't think it's too powerful. I think it's, if anything, I think it's too consistent that it just kind of like, and not even in a powerful way, but it's too consistent in just like it does the same thing every game. I think you could make an argument that it's not unique enough to, it doesn't give you enough variability in play patterns. I think you can make that argument, which is what we kind of want all the cards to do. You just kind of throw it in the deck and it does its thing. Yeah, let's transform into a silver 2-headed wizard. Woohoo! I fixed this art as well. You can see it has a little like... This one's not too bad. It's kind of hard to see, but when you drag it, you can kind of see it has like a little square border around some of the sides. So I fixed that today as well. Ooh, Lich King's Heart? Sure. That helps. We'll re-roll. Basically, anytime I get a rare shop, I'm essentially always re-rolling, because just if you don't have Butcher in it, you should do that. Yeah, there's a handful. Miseria is one of them. I went through, I think I fixed like 10 of the arts today, so there's some of them, but... this one's interesting. You probably should take Sugar Plum Fairy here. Probably. Yeah. Is this our first rare turn or our second rare turn? Ooh, that summon. Summon was tough. Only one you noticed was Ogre Magi? Oh, I haven't actually looked at Ogre Magi. We can look at it. After this game, we'll see Ogre Magi. See if that one's messed up. Sure, we can do this. This one is the recruit one, the character one. Yeah. We can do that. Move this here. It's the farewell, so we'll put it there, here, probably. It's always funny when I put like a farewell thing in front of Jack Frost. Probably should have moved Jack Frost here. Alright, that was a good fight. That opponent was not nearly as strong as the other one. There we go. Perfect timing. Oh, perfect. I love the sweet Butcher's Cleaver. Get it, bronze characters are 21-21. So, watch out. Yeah, if you shake them like this, like there's not really much I can do about that. That's not an art cropping issue. That's a memory issue. There's not much we can do about that. But it's ones that are clearly the transparent layer is messed up. Some of it's hard. You can't really see it. It's hard to see sometimes on the Photoshop file. I actually keep losing here, but I'm not really worried about it. We've got Butcher going now. I don't even know if I want Lance here. Like, it's still pretty good, but it's not going to be sweet. And, like, our shops are going to be so big now that it doesn't actually really matter. Now we just take every silver we can find. That's pretty big. Oh, there we go. It's going to be funny if this never triggers, though. So, Mushroom Ring says your recruit abilities are also farewell abilities. Two-Headed Wizard has recruit, double your next spell. So every time Two-Headed Wizard, double it twice. So every time Two-Headed Wizard dies, we get to triple our next spell. So, or the next two. I guess it's not triple. I guess it's the next two times, but similar. There we go. So we should have. Oh, it does triple. Next two times you cast a spell, cast it again. Is that right? Did we change how this worked? What do you all think? If I read... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Good call. If I read this, and I feel like this used to be different. Oh, I just stacked them? Maybe I did. Maybe I stacked them. That's fair. I guess we'll see. I can take this and see. The funny thing is you don't actually want to be casting a ton of spells with this setup, but... we can do it. I wish I had... strawberries before I did that, but yeah, we can do like a chest, sure. Okay, I guess I just stacked them, yeah. So that is triple again. You're right. Yeah, I'm taking this for sure. It's just +1/+1, but woo! Wow, this opponent's huge. Okay, all right. We've got a 400 Flopsy and a 400 Stinky. We got our work cut out for us now. It's not often that you get an early Butcher and you're actually behind, but... Alright, we might need to put on our competitive hats here and figure this out. Alright, 4 times Golden Midas Touch. No, I don't want to do that. We want to get a bunch of silvers and a bunch of treasures. I don't think we want Navi. It's interesting. It's interesting, but I don't think we want it. Volo is also interesting. Volo's also interesting, but I think it's too late at this point. We want like a Lost in the Woods would really be good here. I think we just keep re-rolling. We can find something better than that. Alright, that's pretty good. Whenever we buff a slot, we're not really buffing slots. We don't really have villains. Spells? Ugh, maybe, but I'm not casting a ton of spells. Now this is where I did wish I had the little Lance back. We could do this. I mean, we have the other one. I don't know. That's tough. Not great. We could Dreamer, but I'm not ready to commit to Dreamer yet. 4 Concentrate's pretty funny. Do we want to get our candy up to 9? Doesn't really help us. Yeah. I mean, you're right, but that's only repeatable up to a certain stage. I mean, how many battles are we going to fight? I wouldn't necessarily say we're spells. This is only going to trigger 3 more times. So we do have the wand. We have the Sweet Fairy Wand, and we have the Sweet Wand of Anger. So if we did sweeten our candy 8 times, that does give +8/+8 to both of these. which would make the buffs from spells basically be 20/20, and the wand be +10/+10 to all the characters. Oh yeah, I forgot the Constellation Plasma are sweet too. Yeah, alright, let's do it. Okay, and we have, this is nice that we have this battle to fight as well. So that we can get ourselves up for the next one. Although our two-headed wizard isn't even going to die. That's alright. Shrink Tea. That's interesting. Shrink Tea might be good enough. It'll hit one. We kind of waste our double, but that's not the end of the world. We'll hit their one. We'll hit their Flopsy. And then maybe our 3 blind mice is big enough to hit the other thing. It's a little all in. Like, it's not great, but it does buff our squad by 10 as well. All right, let's do it. I hate wasting the trigger, but I guess it buffs it by 20. Is Midas Touch worth anything? It's decent on that, but not great. No. Is this bigger than anything? No. Phil's not bad either. That's interesting too. I don't want to hit 3 blind mice. Chances are it'll just make it smaller. I mean, Blackbeard's Parrot is probably worse than a random epic. And it buffs our squad. Okay, not really a great hit, if we're being honest. Okay, so we take out the Flopsy like we said. And then Stinky. Okay. All right, there we go. We took that one. So that Shrink Tea actually was pretty good. Our 3 blind mice can hit the Flopsy, but there's 2 things we have to contend with. All 3 front row slots, 44, 44. I think that's better than random. I mean, the main reason I don't like the spells as much when I'm playing a Butcher game is because taking characters, moving them up to silvers and golds is just so ridiculously good that you're doing that less. Okay, Pixie Powder, give a character 83. Give a character plus 83 and then buff all our other things. Plus 2 triggers with the Wand of Anger. It's probably better than Will-O-the-Wisp. Yeah. It's pretty good. Let's hit this. We just don't want the 3 blind mice hitting the Stinky. That works. That actually was really nice. That that really worked out in our favor. Why every character always tries to beat the ground. Is that a sizing thing? I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not. With the friendly assumption that you're not being sarcastic, there is no logic. It's just totally random. There's nothing specific about it. It's just confirmation bias that humans struggle to understand, or humans struggle to naturally recognize, is that you're just biased to remember the times that it went wrong for you instead of times it went right. That's just a natural statistical thing. Jokingly, if you're being sarcastic, we do make a lot of jokes about that because it's funny. Yeah, that's all it is. But it is funny, and it's something we put on the roadmap as a joke about, like, yeah, everybody always hits Phil, because it's something that you remember, and it's purely statistical odds, just like everything else. I mean, you also, most people realize to put Phil in slot 3. So, like, compared to your average character, on average, you are going to attack into a Phil more than you would another random character, because you're almost always going to see Phil in the last slot. So, yes, technically, you do have a higher chance to hit Phil than a random character, if that makes sense, because of where people play it. Hopefully that logic makes sense. We unlocked Weensy there. Pretty fun. I can promise you it is truly random. That is one thing I can promise. Having seen the code, it is as random as a computer can make it. So there is no funny logic. There's no funny business going on. Now, it is possible that you faced opponents who had Jelly Roger or the Warp Drive engine. That's definitely possible. But assuming there was no other things like that, then yes, it is purely random. Or as purely random as you can, yeah. I don't need to get into the computer randomization argument. All right, Sweet Tooth, let's go not a Butcher game because we just dominated Butcher twice. Back-to-back Butcher games, something we've been trying to pull off on stream for a while. Let's do a candy game. When you level up, get a bonus candy spell. So, Lollipop Fairy, let's go Katatooey. Let's go all of these. Sour Patch Kid is good. Cherry Topples is good. Which other ones do we want? Night. Let's go... No, not Gummy Worm. Don't like Gummy Worm. Jellyton's pretty good. 5-count Chocolate's good. Licorice is good. 2 more slots. What other candy cards do people like playing? It's not bad. This one's fine. We're gonna play a game without Lancelot and Miseria. I don't want Chubby Bunny. I don't want Cotton Candy Dandy. I don't want Gummy Worm. Which one is Pixie? Oh, Keep for sure. All right. When you level up, get a bonus candy spell. All right. Spells. So we are looking a little bit mages and spells here. All right. We'll drop this first one. Let's go here. Ooh, turn 2 egg. I'm normally all about turn 2 egg. I'm an egg lover. This is really not a great setup for that, though. We're already down half a heart, and we've got a very weak board, but I'm not sure Laser Shark changes that much. So, we'll take it. But we're gonna lose our full heart here. How do you play games that aren't Butcher games? Just kidding. All right, Gumdrop. We can put this on egg. All right. It does, yes. So we do stack the effects. So if you both have a warp drive engine, it's even. If you have 2 warp drive engines, then you will go before somebody with 1 warp drive engine. If you both have warp drive engines and you get Jelly Roger, you will go first. Yes, they do stack in that order. You have whoever has more of them goes first. They add up like that. We'll take Navi here. It's always tough. One of the interesting things about Candy is it's always a little bit tough how you balance early game spells with early game characters, because, like, generally speaking, taking early game spells... Ooh, that's really rough. This is a rough start for us. Generally speaking, taking early game spells is really bad. But you kind of also want to get your candy stuff up a little bit, so... we're getting one more. How much do we care about a common treasure? Oh, we forgot to look up that other card. Ogre Magi. We were going to look up the art for Ogre Magi. We'll do that after this game. Sour Patch Kid is so good, though. All right. Egg. Give us something good. Papa Bear. Interesting. Ooh, this is a great spell. Animal slots. We don't have a ton of animals, and I don't think we put in the... let's just go legendary. Let's not think too much about it. All right. That's pretty good. Okay, what we don't want to do here is we just don't want to get crushed. So let's get a couple turns of some stabilization. I know I have provided the feedback on Twilight Sparkles and we've been shot down, so I don't expect that to change anytime soon. All right, double Boon Will I Will. It's not a bad place to play Phil either. Let's do this. All right, let's just survive this. All right, that was a key hunt. Now we're going to get a free candy spell, and we're going to double it. And we're going to sweeten our candy a bunch of times. This is going to be a big... Oh, I guess it was next turn. This is going to be a big turn for us, though. Ooh! Never turn down a double TLK. Never turn down a double TLK. But this is our best card on our board, though. If you turn down a double TLK, you put yourself in bad shape. Ooh, I would have liked that Tiamat. All right, that's a pretty good hit. That is a good hit. We don't want Ship Shape, right? So Jack-O-Lantern says, Super Sweet 3, farewell for each of your KO'd candies. Summon a random candy and then give them +12/+12. So I think we have 3, and we don't get to see it go off. That's okay. We'll go here. Probably should just go just all in on Jack-o'-lantern. I could have Peppers there. Oh, I was counting it. I missed the Sugar Plum Fairy. I was counting 1, 3, and 5. All right, we'll take this. Yeah, we just got to do that. I wanted to sweeten, but we just have to do that. Do we even want to through the Looking Glass? I feel like we don't even want to through the Looking Glass here. Which is kind of crazy considering we have this like crappy uncommon, but I mean it's a candy that summons something, so it's just great. I guess I could put Viscount Chocolate there. Single TLK. I don't think so. We like where we're at with this. We just want to sweeten our candy. We just want to keep sweetening our candy and keep more candies on board for Jack-o'-lantern. That effect is just way too powerful. Ooh, we finally get a summon too. Woohoo! What does Golden Jack do? It just doubles the buff. Yeah. No, Medusa didn't die from the vampire because Medusa has cursed, so Medusa's stats cannot be changed by buffs or by things. That's part of the curse ability is that stats cannot be overridden like that. Man, we're gonna have this Jack-o'-lantern. It's gonna pop one time all run long. And Jabberwocky, sure. Yeah, we'll put it there. Actually, let's put it here. Friar Tuck I like a lot too. Fun fact, Friar Tuck was actually in the card file for set 1. We took it out late in testing for set 1 and then brought it back in for set 2. It was a variety of reasons. It was kind of strong and it was very spell focused, and there were some other things going on with it that we didn't want it in set 1. But it fits right at home here in set 2. No victory loot, but we did get a Jaws for Sweet Tooth, which is pretty good. I think we probably played Jaws in the Sweet Tooth deck. But okay, we wanted to look at. We're just gonna do a fake one here. So hold on. What did we want to look at? Ogre Magi. Does anyone else have any art that they think is broken? All right, let's see here. I'm not really seeing any issues with this one on my screen. Obviously, there's the whole shake it issue when it's just a memory visual thing. But if there are actually any cropping on here, I don't think so. I don't see any weird cropping on this one. Yeah, I don't think so. I said I fixed Miseria. We fixed that one. I fixed Fey Familiar is a tough one. Some of them are really hard to see that they have issues. This one had a little. You can see the square. The left-hand side of this one's a little off. If you look at the left border, it's a little bit of a box. I fixed that one today. We can look up any of the other ones if anybody else has anything that they think might be broken, but I think most of these are pretty good. I'm so glad we went with the frame breaks, by the way. When we first did these, it was sort of an experiment to see how it would work, and then we really liked it, and then initially we were like, oh, maybe that can be like cosmetics we could sell, would be like to get the frame break, but it just looked so good, and essentially we decided like, yeah, it could be something we could sell, but at the end of the day, we just want to present the best experience to the player possible. So like, we don't want to like awkwardly gatekeep, just like the game looks awesome with the frame break, and it looks so much better than without the frame break, and these cards look so sick like this. Why wouldn't we just make this the normal game and make it look as cool as we can? So that's why we went that way, and I'm really happy with it. I think the frame break adds a lot of life to the cards for sure. We're working on Captain Skins. Any guesses as to what the very first frame break was? I'll show it on screen. I'll give a minute. Anybody? Any guesses? What our concept piece? If you think about it, if there's any card that we used as a concept to see if frame break would work, our very first frame break art. What do you think it was? I'll give you a hint. It was a set 1 card, not a set 2 card. If that wasn't obvious. Bunyan? No. Any other guesses? Actually, technically there were 2. We had commissioned 2 of them for testing, but no, not Prince Charming. The first one we did was this one. So with Mecha Man, you can kind of see from the pose we wanted him and then shooting the fish out, and that was basically we asked the artist like, can you do this in a way where you can shoot the fish out at the player? And it was kind of our take on like a 3D-esque thing, using a 2D image to look kind of 3D, and how would that look if it came out at the player? What would that look like? And then we used that frame rate. And this one we saw, and we were like, oh, that is amazing. We have to do that. We have to try this because this looks so cool. And then the other one we did was one of my favorite arts, but we did Tink as well. This was obviously a little bit simpler, but Tink's wings was another one where we were like, okay, what if we had something what if we had the tops of the art sticking out on the side? How would that look? And we saw this in game, and you can imagine when everything in the game is non-frame breaking and you have these kind of hard rectangular borders, and then you see this and you're like, oh, that just looks so cool. Actually, there's something else I'll show too. Give me a second to find something, but I think I have. Some of you may have seen this before, some of you may have not, but I'll show something fun here. If you want to see how far the game has come a little bit. Check this out. So if you want to notice where this game has come, and you look at these like frame breaks and stuff from Tink. All right, so before we had this actually wasn't even the first one, but one of my original mock-ups where we just had these kind of quick hand-drawn black and white sketches that we did, which were really bad. I mean, better than I could do, but these little black and white hand-drawn sketches that we had, and then just some quick Unity assets that we threw in, which is kind of funny because on the one hand, you're like, wow, like this sure has come a long way. Exactly, like when you look at what it looks like side by side, and then the one hand, it's funny, a tale of two stories, right? Because like on the one hand, you're like, man, it's come so far. It looks totally different now than it did back then. And this was kind of the first, one of the early alphas we did. But at the same time, like it kind of hasn't though. Like you can see the core design and the core idea like hasn't really shifted all that much. You know, we really kept the core design of what is the gameplay loop, what feels good, and then built and improved things around that. But you can definitely tell it's gone a little bit from my initial Unity prototype to here. But this image on the left was what I built in Unity as sort of a prototype for the team about like, here's what we want the game engine to be, here's how we want it to work. And then obviously we built it the right way and did it better. Oh, let's look at these cards. We have what? We have Dollhouse. Does anybody know the name of these 4 cards? I guess Wind Up Toy is still Wind Up Toy. Dollhouse became... Yeah, Wind Up Toy. Although I feel like Wind Up Toy did change at some point, so this might not be one of the first ones. Gingerbread House for sure. Yeah. Gingerbread House, Forgotten Present, Baby Dragon. Yeah. Gingerbread House. Yep, forgotten. Yep, exactly. And then I think Wind Up Toy. This was maybe after we switched it because this used to be something else too. But yep, there it is. So there you go. There's a little fun peek behind the curtain there. Some old cards. All right, let's do another run. Ooh, Princess Animal. Let's try it. Actually, I think the card that stayed the longest... The card that stayed the longest without changing, I think, was Davy Jones. Hunt and Farewell, give me a slot buff, was there for a very, very long time. And then I think Karma Chameleon... Oh, no, Don Quixote was there. Hunt, get something a rarity higher was there for a really long time, too. All right, so this one, let's get animals, but we also want some candy. So we should get... It's kind of a hodgepodge here. Let's get rid of Pied Piper. There are a lot of candy animals. Lollipop Fairy is, I think, too good to pass up. Ace of Hearts is too good. So anything else we want to try in here? Frost and Giant's okay. Jaws, we should probably find a place for Jaws. Probably instead of Sarmina. Although Sarmina is pretty good with the... being an animal. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. We have a lot of cards unlocked for her because I think we mastered set 1 on animal, so we have most things. All right, let's go with this. I mean, it's probably going to get crushed, but let's do what we can do. Oh, I should have taken Smee there probably, but all good. Sure. Picks Laser Shark. Probably could have put Laser Shark here. Alright, we'll take a half heart. That's fine. Oh yeah. PSL all day. Could have also taken Navi there, but I think PSL is better than Navi in that situation. Pretty sure it is. We could take Navi here. Alright, let's take Katatui. Katatui has 3 spells. Yeah, see, this is an awkward tension, too, because Katatui wants us to cast spells. Animal really wants us to silver and gold animals, so... awkward. I think we just want to keep doing this. Probably do this. Pirate, Katamari here, like that. I do think we have talked about changing animal. It is something we've talked about. I do think it'll change at some point. I don't know exactly when, but it's something we've talked about for sure. All right, Phil. Phil, we don't really care about being silver or gold. I'm gonna cast a spell for Katatui. Oh, full heart there is brutal. That was a tough full heart. This is also a little tough that we don't have the we don't have it right away. Jaw's pretty good there, but let's go with silvers. Mama Bear's also pretty good there. Let's go this. Yeah, we need this. This is the one we need to be silver. All right. We're on our last legs. Dragon Dice is also pretty good. I mean, both of those are pretty good for what we have set up here. Papa Bear? I mean, 10 Million Fireflies is also pretty decent there. Silver. Put that on Papa Bear. I don't even like Katatui that much. I don't think it's actually great for this. This is actually a pretty tough lobby too, all things considered. So this one is not candy. This one is. Katatui being silver doesn't actually help that much. So we need to win or tie on this one. Which I think we will do. Yeah. We're actually going to win this one. Heal that heart back. Sweet. Okay. Chubby Bunny. It's an interesting shop. I don't think it's Lollipop Fairy. Stinky helps, but I don't think it's great. We could gold Papa Bear too, which isn't bad. I think we do this. We don't want any of those. Sweeten our candy. Funny thing is, like, Chubby Bunny's already candy, Katamari's already candy, so we don't even need to necessarily silver those. Ooh, hitting the Stinky is annoying. Oh, it's when it's attacked. Never mind. It used to be whenever it dealt damage. That was the old Stinky, that kind of got annoying at some parts. Why doesn't the candy animals have the frosting layer? So the candy animals, we don't. It's complicated. We might add those at some point. Basically, we don't want the all types like Katamari to have the frosting layer on its own for lots of reasons, but one of them being that it's a little bit confusing when we're going to have multiple things that have new types every set, and then we might want to have visuals on the card frames to do that. And so adding those on can become a hodgepodge, and there's an expectation of, like, when it's candy, does it need to have this? But what if we have, like, what if we change Celestials to have a star pattern? Does it have both the star pattern and the frosting and things like that? Now, these becoming candy, maybe they should. It's something we've talked about, but it's kind of a different position. Yeah, Mimic and Jabberwocky don't. Should these get it after becoming all? Maybe. Let's get this there. All right, this is pretty good too. Pisces, this is essentially a candy buff for what we're doing, putting the Pisces here, because it gives +3/+3 to these. Monstro is going to trigger, which would be nice. I mean, we're down to basically our last lives, but if we don't face somebody who's truly broken the game at this point, we might be able to survive. But obviously, we're pretty behind the 8 ball here. Heroes, yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah, we want to do that. Sure. Pan Shadow's also pretty good there. Is this something we want? Not necessarily. Is Through the Looking Glass something we want? It's okay on Katamari, but probably not. It's interesting because this is a hero. Chubby Bunny is not a hero yet. This is not a hero yet. So it's interesting. It does make it... that's pretty good. That's pretty good, too. Both of these two are good. Pixie Dust gives Faye... I mean, these essentially do the same thing with Papa Bear, so you might as well take the Pixie Dust. The Katatui being a hero, which gives all the other heroes +20/+20, is good. We really like for that Chubby Bunny to become a hero. That would be nice. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we can take a turn off to get... We can take a turn off to get a legendary. It does make our board quite a bit smaller, but I think a legendary treasure is worth it. We don't really want any of these. Okay, we should be able to win this one. Our opponent is doing some cool stuff, but they're starting relatively small. I don't really care too much about these slot buffs. I guess the slot buffs are better than the character buffs, so maybe it is better to have that in that order. Okay, we'll get another legendary treasure. Okay, after 5 your characters KO'd, get a random treasure. Dragons count double, which is nice because pretty much everything are going to be dragons, so that's pretty good for us. Each fight, give your characters +3 to each shop you had. We're not going crazy on infinite shops. I don't think that's quite as good. Let's get this. I haven't cast a ton of spells. Starburst is probably just the best. It's just good across the board. Jabberwocky is better than Fairy Queen. Could take Mama Bear too, but I think we do it that direction. Jabberwocky being a hero, of course. Are we in the finals? I feel like we've played this same person twice in a row or 3 times in a row, so we might be. We should win this one. Ooh, that's that's nice. All right, we somehow came back there. So yay us! Woohoo! All right, we got Friendly Spirit, and then we got 6 cards. Oh, that's a cool planet node for Faker the Caker Baker. We battle pass leveled up, so we got some cool stuff for Sir Galahad and Boy Who Cried Werewolf. Let's jam another one. Ooh, Candyman. Let's go with Tajima, patron of sweets. So Tajima is also animal and candy, kind of like what we were just doing with Princess Animal. First time you recruit an animal and turn sweeten your candy. So is there anything we want to change about this? We have the candy payoffs we like. Which one is Chubby Cheap? It's just big. Good Monstro. This is a pretty candy-heavy deck. I'd rather sub out Lemonhead with Sour Patch Kid, but I guess we don't have that. Catatouille. I don't mind Catatouille as much in this because we're not looking to like jam a whole bunch of animals in this one. It's really once per turn, so I don't mind it, but it might not be ideal. All right, there's an animal. We really just want to get one animal, but... Oh, is Faker the Caker Baker not out? Doo-doo-doo. Interesting. No animal here. There is an animal here, though. Probably want that there. This here. It's tough to keep up with some of the spoilers sometimes. Has it not been spoiled? It surprises me a little bit. Ooh, let's go silver. I do like Karma Chameleon, though. But let's just keep sweetening our candy. Turn 3 egg? No, we don't want to turn 3 egg. You know what? I'm going to do the rare thing here where I'm going to take this spell. I don't want any of these. And getting our candy sweetened plus giving this to our next thing we're going to recruit this turn is like giving +4/+4 to the next thing is just basically the same thing as taking the hyena for the most part with this type of deck. So I'd rather just do that. Yeah. That's fair. Oh, we got double hunt from that? Nice. I love that Candy Cane Crook hunted twice. I'm actually going to do it again. I don't want any of these, and giving 7/7 to the next character, the character in the second shop is great. Of course, like the same thing, but that's all right. I mean, I'm sure this is wrong, but it's already +7/+7. We could carry this over to +11/+11 to the next thing. I mean, our board, we have a 2/2 and a 3/3 on the board. There's no way that's the correct play. But it would be kind of funny. No, there's no way that's right. We got to do this. Well, that one doesn't... Oh, was there an animal there? Was there an animal in that shop? I must have missed that there was an animal in that shop. My bad. There's Cowardly Lion? Yeah. Fair enough. That would have been the correct play. I did not see that. Yeah, we'll Scrub Foul here. That'll sweeten the candy. Give us a treasure. I'll take scrolls. Lemonhead's getting 10/10 every turn. We'll take that. But it worked out for us there. We healed our heart back. Yeah, the support, yeah. Yeah, card is very forgettable. That's fair. I think we'll take this. This is what? 5. We'll go here. Could concentrate. I don't think so, though. We'll go here. Jack in the Box got a little smaller, but not a big deal. Get our fill going. Here we go. Hunt 13/13. Cast a candy. Yeah. We're totally going to do that. Good job, Twilight Sparkles. And it's an animal. Good thing Twilight Sparkles has the exact right type line. Really helps in this situation. I don't want any of these. I love that Twilight Sparkles also just survived with 1 health there and then managed to go on and hunt. That was awesome. Sweet breadcrumbs. Oh, yeah. Don't mind if I do. I don't know if anyone was in the Discord for the discussion about this yesterday, but yes, sweet breadcrumbs does give you cinnamon roll. It's a nice little Easter egg. No, we don't need to add that to the tutorial to explain to everybody why that works the way it does. Should have taken the keep there. I don't care. Exact right type line. Period. End of statement. Actually, we lost that one. But with all these cinnamon rolls, we'll be fine. Pixie powder, give a character 40/40? Yeah, let's do that. Keeb? Sure. Which would you replace for Keeb? Candy Cane Crook? When I'm attacking my slot, 2020. Maybe Lemonhead? Lemonhead's already 56/56. Yeah, let's go with this. That's the one whose stats are going to be the smallest, so. I mean, that's pretty good, too. I mean, this is funny, because Lemonhead just gets it every turn. This gets it every turn if it does one of these. Yeah, it's probably better. We can probably get rid of the Lollipop Fairy at some point, too. Well, I didn't want that character anyway. So, joke's on you. Cookie Golem. I like this art. This one's fun. It was fun writing an art description for a cookie monster. A Keebler elf cookie monster coming alive. Our sweetness being 23 is kind of fun. 24. Not 3 bags full. Boom. Crushing. Yeah, well, I think we did a good job with it. There's a lot of fun stuff. Cinnamon roll. Here's my story about cinnamon roll. So, the name is perfect. I think the name is S tier. Having the roll spell be a cinnamon roll. It's the sweet spell that rolls your shot being cinnamon roll is just perfect. I don't think we could have come up with a better name than that. I'm really happy about that one. And then there was the joke about this kind of rolling down the hill, which I think is fine. The funny thing about this one, though, is I'm fairly certain the artist has never seen a cinnamon roll, because we tried like 3 times to describe it to them and have them draw it, and this was like the best we could come up with, which is fine. I still love the art piece and I think it's funny, and we kept it because like it's so good, but it's also like, is that a cinnamon roll? Do you know what a cinnamon roll looks like? This was the closest of the 3 sketches they gave us, and I was like, I'm not sure you know what a cinnamon roll is. I don't know if a cinnamon roll is an American thing versus something else, but maybe it's called things in different countries. Maybe they look different in different countries, but to be fair, we did send some pictures. they still didn't put it together. Yeah, exactly. It crosses the bar of what looks like a cinnamon roll. Doopity doo. All right, should we play? We don't have a ton of viewers, but we can do a host lobby here. I'll put it in the Discord and put it in Slack as well. All right, 64A7. 64A7. Put it in lobby up too. I mean, we'll start regardless of how many people join, but I want to put it out in case people want to. Here we go. Let's get one more. One more. One more. There we go. All right. Perfect. Let's go. If I get Butcher, I'm playing it, though. So y'all better watch out. Ooh. This is not a Butcher. These are definitely not Butcher captains. Oh, Charon. There's another one. Look at that. That art needs fixed up a little bit. A little bit on the left there. I have not addressed that one yet. You want Charon or Little Genie? Ooh, there's a candy deck. Do any of these have Butcher decks? I guess I should check that. How does the questing village... Oh, that's a set one deck. That's why. Treasure find with Dorothy. No, we don't want that one. It says Herc Blackbeard. It's probably pretty bad, but... Yeah, we could try it. Why don't we do something fun? Sorry, everybody in the group lobby. I'm gonna take a minute to do this here. Let's see what we can put together. Anything to help me not die early. We'll go with that. Oh yeah, does Yuck take a long time building his decks? Yeah, that's not a great first shot. Winner plays a golden character. I don't think this will work, but we'll go with that. Not a best start. Ooh, Justini, nice alt art lightning thief there. I like this one. I like how we've done like lightning in this game is like represented by jellyfish a lot of times. I think that's fun. Well, these are great. Take Dragonling. This is going to take so long to trigger. We don't want to do that. Do I actually play? I'm surprised I play faster than Yuck. I feel like Yuck plays pretty fast. Yeah, this does not surprise me at all. Sam, lead game designer on Candyman. Yeah. Doesn't surprise me in the slightest. I don't know what the best lineman is. Probably that. I guess put this up here. Oh, no silvers yet. Turn 4, no silvers is going to be a little tough on Charon. How do these other arts look? Pretty smooth. All right, not the worst. I'll take a tie. All right. Take that. Give me a gold Katamari? No. This is never going to hunt. We can't play that. Just have to do that. Ooh, what you got in your bottle? Can I see? Sugar and spice. Ooh, I can see what's in your bottle. That's fun. Breadcrumbs? Yeah, we'll take some breadcrumbs. Sure. Not great, but we'll take it. Wand. We're probably not going to test a lot of spells on this. Ooh, I don't have any slot buffs, right? Alright, so we're going to go here. Put this here. Put this here. Put this here. Yeah. Yeah, Hamburger Lightning Thief is pretty fun. A lot of these arts are really cool. That is one cool thing about playing on PC is you get to see some of the high-res art a little better. Yeah, let's make sure I had my high-res art. I'm pretty sure I did. I can probably turn this on. Ooh! Princess, you crushed me. Oh, that is way smoother. Why didn't I have that on before? Oh, I was probably testing something. Yeah, this just didn't do anything for us. That was a rough start. That was a pretty rough start to this. We're going to get hosed. Oh, well. Not the strongest captain select, and we didn't really have great shops, but it's okay. That's why we have the play again button. Half heart. Navi. 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 No. Baby Jones. Yeah. It's not even that good, honestly. We'll put it here, but it's okay. Sugar Plum Fairy, no. Pan Shadow. And Sam's gonna roll. Alright, well, good luck. Good luck, folks. Good luck in the rest of this lobby as Sam eliminates me here. And then we'll probably do like one or two more async. And then we'll probably have to stop at that. I gotta go pick up my kids soon. This fight was actually a little closer than I expected it to be, but if we were on a full heart, that would have been fine. All right, we'll play like two more async runs, and then we'll stop. All right, let's do another butcher run with this for funsies. Anything you want to change to our butcher deck? Weensy? No. We can. We're gonna have candy no matter what, so we could play Keeb if we wanted. Not sure we do. No, this is probably pretty good. Cherry Topples isn't bad. Getting a free spell is always nice. But we'll take Puck and Flying Monkey. Stepsisters. I don't want to turn 2 egg. Scrubfowl. Oh, that wind-up toy got us. Definitely Miseria here. How are we looking, Lance Little? Oh, Lance Little's so close. We need one more for Lance Little. And we're probably going to get it this turn because of the Miseria, because of the Constellation prize. So we'll go here. We'll take this out. PSL is perfect. An Ember. This is not a bad turn. We're going to get 2 treasures here. We're going to get our sweet Lance. We're going to get our sweet Lance and then a random common. Oh no, we're going to get the random common first. No. No. It's alright. Such is life. Sunfair Glider. Oh, I broke my rule of reroll when you get rares for Butcher, but that's okay. Boom, boom, boom. We're getting beat up here. We need that Navi again. We'll cinnamon roll. Although Tin Man is pretty tempting there. You could meet in a tavern, but I'm just going to Lance. Take the silver because we can get something else like a PSL. This will trigger immediately, which is nice. Oh, and it's also shattered. We don't have a lot of farewell characters, but I guess we can do that. Now we probably want Ant Bunny here. Boom. There's our farewell. It's a good way to stabilize. It was a good turn. No stepsisters. This is a farewell character. We almost want to put this here because it gives us buffs the rest of our team. Fine, Wicked Witch. I love that VFX. I can't wait to get more of those in the game. Unfortunately, it's not a super high priority to get more of those in the game, but we do have some planned. But this is so good. It looks so smooth. This is a farewell. I don't think that's the farewell we want for the sweet shattered shield. There's a tongue twister for you. I wonder if the mousetrap was better than the stinky. Probably was. Neither of them are a farewell, technically, but... Ooh, Blue Fairy? I do like that a lot. None of these are summons. It's not bad on 2 blind mice, though. Like if we did this and then this. And then hit the Mockingbird. Summon, then this becomes 40-40. Yeah, and that's 80-80 for the 2 blind mice. That's nice little synergy. Can we get another? This is good for the constellation prizes. Jabberwocky's not bad, but not exciting enough for me. Ooh, what if these are slot buffs? This is a slot buff. These are not. These are not. These are not. So Goldilocks actually doesn't do all that much. That's pretty good. Let's give this over the 2 blind mice. That kind of defeats the purpose of the 2 blind mice, but I like the doubling. I like the doubling summons here in front of Blue Fairy. That's really fun. Do we want them to go first like this? Maybe. Yeah, that's a little annoying on the Wicked Witch, but that's still going to buff this like crazy. Yeah, that's really nice there. Having two summoners here is really nice in front of Blue Fairy. I'm going to take the Navi. It's possible that Sunfair Glider is better than 2 blind mice down here. Silver that for sure. Ooh, Oracle? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Give me some random treasures. Boom. Summon this. Blue Fairy's up to 100. That's a pretty good summon. Support 100 in front of a goodie bag. That's pretty nice. It's also nice because it delays, with having the summons here, it delays when Blue Fairy attacks, which is nice. Ice Cream Party, Toy, Animal Toy, Celestial Dragon, Fae Toy. We could put Phil here. And then we give 120 to Phil. But that's not a guaranteed summon. These are guaranteed summons, and you get them earlier in the turn. So I think we don't want that. I think we want this. It's close, but... Last time we faced this opponent, though, was 2 good witch hits on them. I don't know, that Anubis is kind of random there. That's not really doing Anubis things, but... Alright, Sunfair Glider. All of them pretty good. I think it's too late for Dragon Slice. There's only like one more turn left, so... Ooh, Mixo? I think my stuff's bigger than theirs, but it doesn't hurt to Mixo this just in case. Maybe there's something big in the back. There's not, but that's okay. Alright, let's build this up to 160 support. It's pretty nice. And it kind of like... The stats kind of double up on the goodie bag because they buff the goodie bag and then the goodie bag buffs the summon, so... That was a pretty good turnaround. I felt like we were pretty behind in the first couple turns, but that blue fairy was a really nice find. We navigated that pretty well. Got a Viscount Chocolate and a Lemon Head from the victory loot. That's pretty cool. What do we get from our Battle Pass rewards? Some Zagreus. I haven't played Zagreus in a while. Boy Card Werewolf. Let's go again. We got like one. It's probably our last game. Double Dealer or Old McDonald. We've done a lot of animals today. Let's do some weird recruitness. Let's do some weird recruit stuff. So I definitely want Ace of Hearts. I definitely want Chaos. I definitely want Cherry Topples. Definitely want Weensea. Give your characters plus one double the bonus to candy characters. That's not terrible with the recruit. Pisces is a pretty strong recruit too. But I don't know how fey I'm going to be. Pirate of Golden. I don't think I want Chubby Bunny though. That card doesn't seem good here. I gotta get like some... I have like some candy stuff. Let's go a little bit more candy. It's like take out Gummy Worm. Could do that because we have some recruit sweetens. Alright, let's try this. Yeah, Daedalus is actually good for the... double recruits? Yeah, let's double Nesting Scrubfowl. The one I really like is I like getting Two-Headed Wizard and Cherry Topples on those. I think doubling up your recruit get a spell is pretty fun. That's a good way to get nice value. None of these have recruit. That does. I like this slot buff in slot 1. 8. Yeah, we can egg. It's probably better to do this. Just get 2 bites at that apple. None of these are recruit. Let's Candy Cane Crook. We're definitely gonna PSL, although I like that Pan Shadow. I mean, sure. Let's just go all in on that first slot. Why not? Plus 16. Sure. I'll take Master Scrolls because I do expect to be buffing or casting some spells here. I mean, I probably should have put Jack in the Box in the first one just to get the double buff, but it's actually going to work out fine. Navi, no. I do love silvering the egg, but Pan Shadow is very good too. What are the chances we hit another recruit? We have 2 more shops to do it. That's a pretty high percentage chance. There you go. See? Never a doubt. Never a doubt in my mind that we weren't going to hit there. But never but Nightbot, come on. Oh, it was because it was all caps. How do I undo that? Show it. Did it show? How do I undo your delete? Stop it, Nightbot. Never punished! I'll yell it for you. Never punished! Of course not. I mean, why would I be punished? I knew that was going to happen from the very beginning. It's easy peasy. This is pretty fun. Never punished, but in all caps. Exactly. 5/5 sweeten your candy. I mean... I like this to stay around for a while. This I could also see staying around, but let's go. We could stick around some Fireflies for a while. Is nice. I don't know what order these are going to go in. I think either way is fine. We can either buff our Fae or we'll get double slot buffs. Either way works for me. Or it did both. I thought it didn't do both before. I'm pretty sure it didn't. Could have sworn it did not do that before. But it definitely buffed our back row slots twice. And I'm pretty sure it buffed Ember twice. Maybe it only buffed Ember once. Maybe. Not the best time for a Navi, but I'll take it. Let's get our Fae up here. That should double up there. Goodie bag. It's not a great goodie bag, but it is kind of nice here. People are taking their time. Yeah. I mean, I do like Candy Cane Crook here, but honestly, like, this is kind of fun to just, like, I haven't gone, like, all Fae in a while. This is not, like, the greatest setup, but having this trigger twice every time you, or the first time you cast a Fae is pretty strong. Giving all your Fae 6/6 when you recruit one is pretty strong. Like, just keep doing that. Chaos? Yeah, maybe we'll get a Silver Chaos later. Like, this is a good amount of stats for early in the game. It's nothing crazy, but, like, it adds up. And they all buff each other. That's pretty good, too. Let's replace this one. If we can increase our Fae buffs too, that would be even better. Sure. It might be time to get rid of this Boon Willow, honestly. Let's double that up again. This shop kind of stinks. We'll just take the spell there. All right. This opponent was a little bit bigger, but we're still going to be fine. Actually, we're still full-hearted there. Cool Whip. Nah, it's not your time, buddy. Sorry. I like it, but not your time. We'll keep the Fireflies relevant. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Farewell abilities are also hunt abilities. Wish that was the other. I wish that was the recruit one. We're not really doing slot buffs. Let's take this. And this is the end of the lobby already? Man. Guess we just did too much damage too early. Oh no, we're actually going to lose this one. Big talk for me. Do we want this? I guess it's better than all these. We can't really afford to lose 2 fights anymore, so... Oh, wow. Yuck in the chat getting called out. I lost the last one. We're probably going to lose this one, too. We might actually get second place here. It was good in the early. We were doing a lot of growth in the early, but that's the problem when you go all Fae like this, is you're... All right. All right. I mean, that was a fun, different one. That was a fun one to end on. We went something totally different. We didn't do Butcher. We didn't really do Candy. We went with just like an early 10 million Fireflies with double recruit. That can do a lot of damage pretty early. Light of the Holy Cane. I like this card. Cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. Really appreciate your time. Thanks for hanging out on the dev stream. Nobody really had any crazy hard questions. So... Didn't have to give away any of the magical secrets of the game. We will be rating Tretherio. So thanks everybody for hanging out. Until next time, I mean, we're working on like a million things right now. I mean, I can go over a bunch of stuff, but yeah, it's password 1234. If you type that in, that's the secret code that gives you 100,000 gems. Yeah, we're working on a million different things. We've got tournaments coming up. We've got kind of a UI pass to clean up some of the buttons. We've got obviously balance changes coming in the middle of the month. It's November 4th already, so you got a couple, a week, and we always work. It's tough because we always work so far ahead that like we have to have time for testing and then play testing and then releasing to the store that like it's a week we have to plan a week ahead essentially for that stuff. So we're already essentially submitting stuff for the mid-month patch, even though folks say, hey, I want it faster, we're already submitting it. So we got some balance patches that we're doing. Like I said, tournaments coming up. We're getting the final things of that. Organized play, get our monthlies, which will be pretty fun. A couple new features. Yeah, I mean, a million different things. Like I always tell people, there's like a million priorities, and we just have to kind of pick the 10 that we can work on that are the highest priority for the best for the game. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, please continue to play the game. Let us know if you have any questions. Thanks for hanging out. Give us your feedback. Leave a review if you haven't already. That's a huge, huge help. If you can leave a review on the app stores, obviously refer a friend helps too. Whatever you can do to help the game, and we're going to keep making it better and better and better. And that's the cool thing. We talk about this sometimes with the team, but like this is just getting started. Like if this was a different time of the world, we would have launched this in beta, and we'd still be like in beta right now, right? So this is just we're at our own 1 yard line. We still have 99 yards to go. This is the very, very beginning. So it's cool. We're gonna be doing this game for the next 10 years, and there's lots of cool stuff to come, and tons of features and tons of new sets. So even though it's like, oh, I've been playing these cards for a while, and I've been doing all these cool things, like this we're just scratching the surface. We've got a lot of cool stuff we have planned. So it's exciting to see the growth. It's exciting to see people like the core game loop, and yeah, we're gonna be around here for a while. So keep getting used to it, keep getting comfortable, and tell us what you need to see and what you want to see to make the game better, and we'll keep doing it. And if you see any art that you feel is miscropped, please let me know in Discord so I can go catch it and fix it. But yeah, have a great one, everybody. Appreciate it, and have a great weekend.